Thomas and Friends, making tracks to great destinations.
The single cross lines. Most of the turbocharged engines except the diesels. This was when Diesel Aaron Burr came to Solar a year ago, and the steam engines liked them. But one engine doesn't. And this was right before he started being nice to him. And that's James. James had never liked him. So he decided to talk to Henry and Duck about it one morning. "They're all white," said Henry. "They're just mixed up engines like you and me." "Mixed up engines, you mean?" grunted James. "With windows at each end, how can they know they're coming or going?" "Toby has two caps," remarked Duck, "and he gets on all right." "Toby's just a little trim engine," puffed James. "If an important engine like me didn't know which way to turn or go, then what will it come to?" And that night, all the engines agreed that James was becoming too puffed up in his smoke box. "He's just making out his royalty," grumbled Henry. "It's disgusting." "I knew an engine called King James," remarked Duck. "In the old days of Paddington." "King James the First he was, but he didn't swank about like that." "Ugh, don't be telling James that, Duck," remarked Donald. "Aye," said Douglas. "It's even a mystery he'll be making our lives." "Exactly," agreed Henry. "But who's gonna train his wheels for him?" The engines tried everything, but nothing didn't work. James grew so conceited that all the engines laughed like he was away. And even the coaches twittered anxiously to one another. One day, James came into the shed, fuming with rage. "Shunting," he scolded. "Where are Donald and Douglas? They should be here with jobs like that." But the twins went to help Edwin on his branch line, so James had to do the work himself. James's train had long trucks called rail wagons. These had bogie wheels at each end, with a low section between them. They used to carry cars, tractors, and many other machinery. The shunting should have been easy, but James was cross and bumped the trucks really hard. "Oh, oh, oh," they cried. James had two more trucks to fetch before his train was ready. But because of the mist that's been going on, the signalmen sometimes found it hard to see what was going on. But James's driver told him that James would whistle when they had collect all the trucks to be ready. They were almost finished so James can shunt his two trucks onto the other line. When suddenly he heard a sharp of the whistle. "Beep!" said the engine as the engine pushed by. The signalman heard it too. But he thought it was James saying that he was ready. So he went back to the signal box. He pulled the lever so that James could go onto the other line. But James wasn't ready. The points changed when one of the trucks was halfway over. One bogie went onto another line, and one bogie went the other. When James realized it, he went off. "Stop! Stop!" they cried. But there was no use as the other bogie hit the signalman and toppled down, missing James. "Well, that's torn it," said his driver. "So Topper had broke like that." And he didn't. "Well," says the Topper Hat, "that truck needs to be repaired and the single needs to be fixed." James knew that the accident wasn't his fault. It was that broken bogey-toothed truck at the end. But he was quiet at the shed that night, and the edges were relieved. "I suppose it must be difficult to know which way to go when you have two cabs," said one of them. "But to go two ways at once when you only have one cab. And that is really something." James didn't say nothing. He pretended that he hadn't heard.
Thomas is puffing to the painters. It is time for him to have a fresh coat of paint. Thomas wonders if he could be a different color. What color could Thomas be painted instead of blue? What if he were red like James? Then he would be the color of a Sodor postbox, or the same color as Bertie the bus. What if he were green, like Henry? Then he would be the color of grass, or the leaves on the trees. Thomas thinks red and green are lovely colors. He doesn't want to be blue anymore. Then he puffs past Trevor. Trevor is covered with lots of bright blue ribbons. He has been decorated for the fair. "Blue is quite a nice color," says Thomas, "for ribbons." Then Thomas arrives at the station. "Can you see anything here that is blue?" "There's a beautiful bunch of blue balloons." "Blue can be nice for balloons too," puffs Thomas. "I wonder if anything else is blue," says Thomas. "Can you see anything else that's blue?" "Of course. The sky is blue." "If ribbons can be blue, and balloons can be blue, and the sky is blue, then blue is a jolly good color for engines after all," says Thomas. Thomas is very happy to be painted blue.
Tracks and